You know, when I first heard about the Trayvon Martin case, and thanks to fellow YouTubers, one in particular, Gia Ireland, because she usually are quick with the videos, with current events and stuff. And I started doing some research into it. And then once the national media got a hold of it, and we heard the audio tapes, it was obvious that George Zimmerman stalked Trayvon Martin. He did it because of color of his skin. Then over the course of the last few months, we've been hearing stuff come out from former coworkers, an ex-girlfriend. And then the other day, witness number 9, family member, said that George Zimmerman basically molested her. Now I know people say, "Hey, let's not go by some family member because she might have a sinister motive or whatnot." But remember the date that she went to the police department. It was before the national media, before Black America started talking about this in earnest. Okay, so from the age of she was 6, he was 8. So to her age, the age of 16, she had to experience certain things from Zimmerman. And there have been people who've known and have worked with him have said that he has a certain mindset. And it also came out that George Zimmerman's mother, not the father per se, but the mother had a strong opinion about people of color, black people, which is ironic because she comes from black people. Okay, her father, George's grandfather, is identified. Remember when he was talking about he's black and all this other stuff and everything. So we've all heard about the jail calls, I did a video where him and his girlfriend, his wife, was plotting how to move the money around. Now it comes out that Zimmerman lawyer knew, which I told everybody he had to have known. There's no way you can have a website, George Zimmerman website up, and I knew, you knew, and everybody else knew, but this lawyer out of everybody didn't know. Come on, there's no way, because lawyers want full disclosure. Because those other lawyers that he had, when they realized that Zimmerman wasn't telling them everything, what did they do? They stepped to the side very quickly, did they not? I guess we seem to forget that part. Well, this evening, I was just flipping, doing the TV, and guess who I saw? Zimmerman on Sean Hannity. But guess what? I'm not shocked because Hannity. Let me go pull this up. I pulled this article. Hopefully, I got the right article. Because Sean Hannity was really out there outspoken about it. It's been going back and forth that Sean Hannity has some close connection to Zimmerman's the Zimmerman family, and the only reason why I can say about Sean Hannity took part in this because his views on black people. If anybody ever watched Fox News or watched Sean Hannity, you know that if Sean Hannity can call a black person a nigger and get away with it, he would do it. If Sean Hannity can get away with hitting a black person, he would do it. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is watch this show for an hour and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, let me read this to you real quick, okay? Fox News, Sean Hannity has never offered to pay for George Zimmerman fees. Okay, of course Fox News is going to say that because Fox don't want to get caught up in it, because Fox had a reputation of doing shady things, pushing political agendas or a certain tone in this country the last 15, 16 years. Global Grind, a newspaper owned by hip-hop mogul Russell Simmons, I'm not a fan of Russell Simmons, posted an article claiming that Fox News host Sean Hannity offered to pay for the legal defense of George Zimmerman, the man accused of shooting and killing Trayvon Martin earlier this year. Now, this is nothing new because this is stuff was going around on the media. They barely talked about it, but was going around. And I had to take people back to when George Zimmerman's father went to the Fox affiliate in Florida, then went on to Hannity's show when they had him in Silhouette. And what did Zimmerman's father bring up? He brought about the black community, black leadership, the NAACP, and President Obama. Okay? Now I found that odd. Then you got Geraldo Rivera saying the shit he said, okay? About blaming about how black guys dress or young brothers dress. Every man at some point, since the quote-unquote hoodie has been made, track teams, construction workers, you name it, even priests have worn that hoodie. Okay? Women have worn it. That it makes us gangbangers? No. Unfortunately, because a few emulate that or wear that when they commit crimes, that doesn't mean that, that's a gang thing. Because if we're going to have that rationalization, then we say everybody that wears gym shoes or sneakers or whatever you want to call them are gangbangers because a gangbanger wore a pair of shoes. So if a gangbanger or a robber or a murder wore a pair of Jordans. Do they make all of us murderers and robbers? It doesn't make any sense. It's just pieces of clothing. But somehow when we wear things or do things, there's always a negative connotation. But anyways, this article is based on transcripts of jailhouse phone calls in which Zimmerman is speaking in coded language to friends and family. An FNC spokesman tells TV News that Sean Hannity has never offered to pay any legal fees or any fee associated with George Zimmerman. In one of the transcripts highlighted by Global Grind, Zimmerman explains that SH has offered money for his defense fund and later explains to his friend how to reach him. Global Grind says it is confirmed with a rock-solid source that the email address referencing the call is used by Hannity. FNC statement refutes that claim. Okay, what other SH is he talking about? And why did he not just say the person name? Now, I'm telling y'all, Sean Hannity has a history of doing shit like this. Y'all may have not heard the name of Hal Turner. Go look it up. He would call Sean Hannity radio show all the time. Hal Turner is a neo-Nazi. If I'm not mistaken, he threatened a judge here in the Chicagoland area. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hal Turner is from this area. Now, I keep telling people, you gotta open your eyes. And in some ways, I feel sorry for these white men and women who are defending and trying to support Zimmerman because they telling black people not to jump conclusions. Black people have been a victim of violence, not just by the hands of white people or hands of other black people, other people of color who have turned their back on their ancestry or their connection to the black community just to say, hey, I'm a part of the so-called dominant culture. Now, everybody can't be lying on Zimmerman. Everybody can't. Even if you separate all that stuff, the cousin has been molested, the co-workers, his previous incidents with his ex-girlfriend, his brother going on Piers Morgan, Geraldo, and the interviews and stuff. Listen to the damn call. Not if he said coon or not. Listen what he said. Why did he pick Trayvon Martin? Why did he just all of a sudden pick him? What made Trayvon Martin any more suspicious than any other person in that area? Because he was black? Come on, I'm telling y'all right now, these people out here, only reason why they defended Zimmerman because Zimmerman did something that they would like to do. He shot down a young black man. No, I'm sorry, not young black man, excuse me. Even I picked up that. A young teenage boy. Right now, I'm looking at Lawrence O'Donnell, and they're talking about him interviewing, Sean Hannity interviewing him. Now, if Zimmerman don't want black America or people that think he's racist, why in the fuck would you go to Sean Hannity? This is the same Sean Hannity that pushed that shit about Reverend Wright. That the rest of the media and people started to take images out of context. This is the same Sean Hannity and them that went after Van Jones, Show Sherrod, same one that gave Andrew Breitbart, may he rest in hell, the ability to spew his hatred towards Acorn. You can look at Sean Hannity, his tone, his condescending tone. Sean Hannity had to go out there and pull weak-minded, self-hating, handkerchief-head black men and black women to come on his show. Sometimes it's painful to watch. Sometimes it hurts. Then it just make you want to just go get in your car or get a plane, travel to New York, and wait for Sean Hannity to come out to Fox Studios in New York and just slap the shit out of him, and then just let him look at you. Then just look at him and shake your head and just walk away. And y'all thought I was gonna say something else. Nah. I ain't that stupid. Why is it that we allow people like Hannity, Geraldo, O'Reilly, Limbaugh, Sheldon Adelson, Donald Trump, Sarah Palin, Michelle Bachmann, and those self-hating black men and black women, whether it be in politics, the movies, television, religion, teachers, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, neighbors, lovers, throw us under the bus just to say, I got my white friend, or that I hate black people, so we got to do this. For 500 more years, we've seen people like Sean Hannity, George Zimmerman. And every time you turn around, they get away with it. If Sean Hannity and them didn't want to make this a racial issue, why in the fuck would you get into this? But it's a part two to this because I'm finna check out this Lawrence O'Donnell segment about George Zimmerman, and I give you my opinion. If not, take what I just said right here, and you'll understand what I'm trying to convey. We should be out here questioning all kinds of things. Let me go here. Let me show this real quick because this was the other day. Sean Hannity designed scandalous George Zimmerman rumor. This is out here. This is out here. Everybody's talking about this. Trust me, I'm telling y'all, if y'all go back and do the research, Sean Hannity, I'm telling you, motherfucker's dangerous. But I'm going to check out this thing with Lawrence O'Donnell and the panel on MSNBC and see what they got to say. See what points they bring. Because like I said, I only glanced at the Sean Hannity interview with Zimmerman like the last 5 minutes of it. Just the fact that Zimmerman was only talking to Sean Hannity says a lot about Zimmerman. And if they look, if these prosecutors are worth they in the Trayvon Martin family was lawyers are worth they sought, they would tell mama and daddy to sit down, quit talking about that kumbaya shit, and understand that Fox News, or no, as I like to say, Fox Clan have gotten into this. This is why people have created websites and sending donations, because this racist element in the media, especially at Fox, have fostered this type of mindset. And we also got to remember, this is election season. You see how Mitt Romney was talking shit, talking about he's foreign, and Johnson, what's his name, Sununu, who's Arab. Not this is the kicker, saying about he's not American and all this other shit. Telling you they're putting out code words so you get some unhinged motherfucker out there and do something stupid to not just the president, but a black person. Mark my words, something's going to happen. And I hope to God I'm wrong.